So, a couple more from the chat as we just do a bit of bouncing around the wrestling world. This one from AJ Druid over on Twitch. I'm wondering what Liv Morgan will do when she returns. I was a little surprised. I had kind of said when we laid out the what do you do with Liv Morgan's injury, I basically laid out like just put Roxy right in her spot and just kind of carry that on. And I did think that the way to do this effectively is Roxy and Raquel holding on to the tag team titles and kind of building up this relationship and having Liv be this kind of jealous whatever when she comes back. Obviously, that's not the case right now because they lose the tag team titles to Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, which, by the way, like I don't think is an awful decision. I think you have something that is really, really hot right now with Charlotte and Alexa. Take advantage of that. Use it. The crowd is into it. So absolutely go for it. I like what they are doing with that, but it now does leave an interesting wrinkle. What does Liv Morgan come back to? Do they just kind of like start pestering Roxy Perez? Because I think she's really fit in quite well with the Judgment Day and in this story. Now I think Liv with Raquel is a better kind of a, I know the comparison's made a lot, but kind of a Shawn Michaels Diesel sort of a thing than Roxy and Raquel are. And I do think that Roxy is still a really good babyface. This heel run has been a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But I think Liv kind of comes back and her and Raquel very aggressively turn on Roxy and probably Finn and JD McDonough as well. And it's kind of a Judgment Day Civil War splintering that happens. That would be my guess right now. But one thing I noted from the weekend, and again, keep it locked on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@couchpotatodiary for a whole lot of wrestling content here. I'll do the SummerSlam recaps just as their own videos, not on a live stream, since we are, again, running out of time for all of that today. But the Raw women's division might be the most interesting kind of division in WWE right now. Like the SmackDown Tag Team division obviously has a lot of phenomenal matches, but in terms of like stories and the figures and my investment in the characters, on the Raw side with Naomi, with Io Sky, with Rhea, Stephanie Vaquer getting a championship opportunity coming up in Paris, Liv Morgan coming back, Raquel being there, Becky, Lyra Valkyria, Bayley, like all those different things, that feels like the best division right now. And so Liv coming back into it whenever she does is going to feel like a really big deal, and I'm really excited for it. Talking about some of the John Cena stuff before, Dragoon saying, the nostalgic feels for 2012. Yeah, no one's really having like, oh man, you know when wrestling was at its peak? 2012, when Brock came back and all that. Like, obviously, for some guys, Brock Lesnar guy, and all that, like for some people, there was something there, but for others, that was a bit of a down period, which is why I don't get a lot of people's romanticizing, or however that's pronounced, of Brock Lesnar. Because, like, his big time coincides with so much bad booking, bad decisions, matches we hate, just an era that sucks in general. Like, we came out of the Brock Lesnar era and into this Cody Rhodes one that we all loved. And now we're going back to it and people are defending it. And I just don't get it at all. When Brock Lesnar was the next big thing and he's eating chair shots from Jeff Hardy and doing shooting star presses onto his head, I loved it. Like that, him as a performer then is one of the greats that you will ever see. But Suplex City stuff sucks. And none of the matches are any good. So I don't get why people were so excited about it. A couple more here, and then we got to get running. Dragoon Arc. Was it a mistake not to give Cargill, not to go with Cargill over Tiffany? Yeah, I was surprised by that one. Like Jade feels like the star and has all of those things. Now, in ring, she's not as good as Tiffany is. And Tiffany obviously has a look and everything about her as well. But it's not like that championship run has been going so well that it's like, well, no, we can't possibly go away from that now. We have to keep that momentum going. So hopefully this is a recommitment to Tiffany as a top character over on SmackDown. But this one is going to have the follow-up's going to have to really impress me, Dragoon, for me to not believe that this was a mistake, to not go with Jade Cargill, not have her be the face of that women's division and roll with it going forward. So we will see, but the Tiffany run is really going to have to ramp up now for me to feel any kind of improvement on that. And then, of course, AJ Druid, speaking for thousands, if not millions around the world, saying, I want a devil's kiss from Stephanie Vaquer.